prices and buyer demand are down, but supply is up. Are these new trends or just an off week? It's time for our quick 3-minute rundown of the full Portland metro area real estate market, including both Oregon and Southwest Washington. Let's get into the numbers. The average sale price is down 8% versus the previous week, but that's coming off of last week's crazy high and super anomalous looking number. You can see here in this graph that this week's $606,000 average sale price is much more on trend with what we've been seeing over the past few weeks. Average sale price did land 1.2% below last year's average sale price versus the previous week's comparison, which was 6.3% higher. That's like a 7.5% swing from one week to the next. Buyer demand, measured by the number of new purchase contracts agreed to by sellers and buyers, was down by 13% versus the previous week, which is a lot. But this past week was either the week school started or the week before school started, depending on where you live. I looked at my notes from previous years, and this number was down significantly in 2019 and in 20 and in 21 and in 22. So the start of school really is kind of an off week for our market. So I suspect that demand will rebound a bit next week, maybe even bringing us back to that 550 range plus or minus that we've been seeing recently. The inventory or the supply of homes available to purchase was up by 3%, more than we've typically been seeing. But again, I look back at my notes and I could see that we had the exact same thing happening in 19, 20, 21, and 22. The number of new homes that were listed for sale again was way up, but once again, that's not atypical for this week. The number of bank-owned homes and pre-foreclosure properties on the market didn't budge at all. The numbers were exactly the same. When I checked the notices of default, which is that first step in the foreclosure process and an indicator of what's coming down the line, that number was only about 10 this last week, which is extremely low. So still no wave of foreclosures rushing to the market. Like I've said in the past, some of these folks who received the notice of default will actually catch up on their loans. Others might work something out with their lender, maybe some sort of note modification, and some of the other folks may end up selling their homes, but in effect, preserve some of their equity. That's all the excitement I have for you this week. Kind of an odd week for residential real estate. Not too much was learned, but I suspect that next week will be much more revealing. Please like this video and follow the channel if you haven't already, and share the video with someone who might need the info. Thank you for watching to the very end, and I will catch you next week.